Well, hello, and welcome to Biz with Joy. Grow your business in style. Leaders leaving legacies. I'm not sure where you are. I'm not sure if it's good morning, good afternoon, good day, good evening, and maybe to a few of you, good night. But wherever you are, welcome. Always good to have you here. My name is Joy Ruffen, and my work is as a style and leadership coach, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, podcaster. Always great to spend time and space with you. The work that I do is with women who are transitioning, whatever that means. It's different for everyone. It could be second act, second chapter. It could be midlife. It could be transitioning from one something to another, and then wanting to erase some of the conflicts and anxiety and concerns that arise, not sure of how to show up and how to appear, going for that another job, going back into the job. There's so many ways that we explore how to erase a lot of that because you are the leader of you. So I thought I'd start off tonight with talking about getting smart with your pursuits, because the signs now that it's time for all of us to shift. And what does that mean? It means like it's time to change. There's so many words for change, especially in that we're coming, not out, but we're coming out of the pandemic. And so one of the things that I started to do, because I have this love for quotes, is share some quotes with you. And getting smart with your pursuits, signs that it's time for us to shift. I thought I'd add a couple of quotes in that kind of connect and relate to what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. And this is the first one that came up. And it kind of said, whoops, this is it. And I really wanted to and attempted to, but so many of them don't have names and they're basic. And so I just said, I edify and vet, we'll leave it unless it's something I can pronounce easily. So this one had no name or anything in it, but yet it resonated, and I hope it will with you, because it said, live with a relentless pursuit of better. Now, why did that appeal to me? And hopefully it appeals to you. And I can never say welcome enough. Welcome now, welcome when you come later for the replay. Always good when you can share time and space. I get how active everyone is. And it's very, very difficult sometimes to channel out the times. And maybe especially this time. That's not an excuse, it's a reality for me. So when I say welcome, I mean welcome. And thank you for being here, no matter when you show up and how you show up. But that quote, why did it resonate with me and hopefully with you? Live with a relentless pursuit of better. Because really, some time ago, back in the day when I started more or less, I would always say good, better, best. And we all began, and then we began to climb, to rise, and to scale up. And most everyone is seeking the best of the best for themselves. They want better, whatever that better is. And the relentless pursuit of it, well, it kind of fits. So that resonated with me. And then the one that ties in with that, connected to it in some way, is this. This one you have to kind of take it in because everything is connected. But these two have an alignment that I think you'll get it. This one said, this wise man observed that wealth is a tool of freedom, but the pursuit of wealth is the way to slavery. Now that's pretty deep. And that was by Frank Herbert. His name I can pronounce. But that's pretty simplistic because we're all in the pursuit of something. We're talking bottom line business here. No matter what type of business it is, however people classify it and label it, your business, it's your pursuit, and how are you going about it? Because this man observed and had this to say. He said, the wise man observed that wealth is a tool of freedom, but the pursuit of wealth is a way to slavery. You see, slavery has so many connotations and so many meanings. And when you become obsessed and absolutely it devours you where you can't release or surrender, and it's a continuation where you can't pause, sit back, relax, and take things in, then it becomes a pursuit that's not healthy. Because any pursuit that is healthy ought to be leading you into the areas that will give you the freedom to be what you're here to be, what you came here to be. So I thought those quotes, both of them, fit this title for tonight, Getting Smart with Your Pursuits. So the question being, my friends, what is your pursuit? Most of us, especially today, more than ever before, and it's not just because it's my time, but I'm really thinking that most people are on the spiritual realm, no matter what the faith, the belief, the higher source might be. A large percentage are on their way to the pursuit of finding their purpose and meaning for being here. Because deep down, most are feeling that there's a reason and a time to get more in tune with what's coming and emanating from within that's going to give you that sense of knowing what you're here for, why you're here, and what you're to do while here. So it's going to be taking for most people who are in leadership, and here we talk about business, leadership, communications, and language, no matter what type of business it is. So we're talking basically for each and every individual who cares, and those who pop in and out and are aligned here, it's because they care. We're talking about how are you reflecting upon what's come to date now, up to this time? How are you about reinventing and revitalizing what you need to change and alter so that you can be more in alignment with your pursuit, the goals, the purpose that you have, and understanding the why of it? It's pretty big. It's pretty big. And thinking about that, because not everyone is in leadership. There are a lot of people in business. They're not in leadership. And that's for you to decipher. I'm not going to be an analyst here. I'm not going to be talking to and about, but sharing food for thought, which is my arena. So I want us to take in, though, when it comes to getting smart with our pursuits, take in somewhat these words and get the depth of the meanings for you. Because when we talk about leadership and we talk about business and language and communication, presence, image, and all of that, which has to do with your style, method, technique, and how you show up, it comes to a lot of these words that how you decipher and what they mean to you. So when we talk about discernment, about what you're doing and what you're offering and how it's going to benefit and give value to those that you are going to relate to. And that's the ability to judge in the best way without being critical, whatever is meaningful and impactful for you. And how do you go about that? Discrimination, we mentioned slavery when we spoke to the second quote. Slavery has been about since the beginning of time in every ethnic group. It just seems that for Black Americans, who sometimes label African Americans, just seems to be more prevalent. But the reality is discrimination is everywhere. When hubby and I took our first trip to China, quite a few years ago, we and I had always had, it was on my bucket list, this great, and this is not I'm not going to qualify it. I'd always had this great love and appreciation for the culture for all the different reasons. This is not the time to explore them. And I thought I had a better understanding and knowing. But you don't know until you really get into a country, into the stratosphere, the atmosphere, and feel and see it and smell it and taste it. You don't know. So hubby and I are in China, and we're going all throughout China. And finally, when our tour guide, there were 15 of us, I think it was 15, when he had felt that he could speak to us truthfully and honestly, and felt that he knew us well enough. He felt that he could share this with us. Because I began to see, because my sensitivities and sense of observation are pretty keen. And I didn't embrace that as a young girl because I was torn away. That's another story. Don't we all have stories? But here, and as I began to mature and discover and have my awakening, it began to surface. I began to feel and see. And I just said to myself, and I said to Norman one day, Norman is hubby, I said, I didn't realize it, but I think there's a lot of, somehow it just slipped by me because he said, you didn't know? I said, there seems to be a lot of classism here and a lot of racism. What is that? And so after about midway our trip, the tour guide on one of our tours when we were returning, I think it was from the terracotta soldiers, he said to us, because somebody asked him a question and I was dying to ask it, I was waiting, and this other person beat me to the jump to answer. And he said, yes, we have always had it. And it's just like, and he pointed to me, just like in your country, it's contingent upon the gradation of the color of the person by the ones who toll in the sun and those who are in behind doors. And they're separated class by that, by the shade and the coloration and the education and all of that. So you see, my friends, that word slavery is everywhere. And when you begin to think and become in your pursuits of getting to know and understand who you are, the awakening that you can have when you begin to travel become more international and global. And not so much think about color. Think about the essence, the core, the heart and the soul. What are the actions and the deeds? How are they projecting and relating to you? Most people, we all want the same things. And almost every country that we traveled to, it was there. You could see it. You could hear it. It was present. So just be mindful when you're in pursuit of whatever it is that you are, keep an open mind. Don't let discrimination and your own personal prejudice influence your business and what you're about. Stay open, because so many people are disconnected with themselves because of those first two words. When the discernment is not healthy and when discrimination it doesn't bode well for you, for me, for any of us. Being disconnected means that we're just not in sync with ourselves. Bottom line, that's what it means. And it shows up in so many different ways. So whatever your pursuit is, whatever you're aiming for, whatever your purpose and goal might be, stay open. Stay open to learning, stay open to meeting and greeting vastly different people from you and connecting with them and learning from them as you share. That's what it's all about. One of the quotes, it's not so much a quote, it's a saying. And I don't have a chance to watch television anymore, but every now and then as I'm bouncing back and forth, I mention this because it qualifies with what we're talking about today. And there's this, I think it's a legal law firm, because I only get the tail end of the saying. And he says something about, if size was the only thing that mattered, the elephant would be the king of the jungle. But whereas the lion is the king of the jungle. Now, the nuance and the profundity of that blows me away, because the same applies, in my humble opinion, for all of us, no matter what type of business you're in, when it comes to numbers, quality, and quantity. Somebody might have 5,000 trillion, boom, boom. Somebody else might have 500. But it all depends on the quality of those numbers and the engagement and the interaction. And you just never know. And this is why I say to everybody that I speak with, as I'm out about acquiring and dialoguing with people, engaging with people to make a better connection so that I can get the sponsorship that I want, get them on as featured guest speakers and all of that. Because it's about the quality that you're seeking. And the quality is what's important. It's not really, numbers are important. Bottom line, we're all in business. Get that. But look more, and I say to everyone, especially when I'm asking them to consider, because it's the best thing for them to be a featured guest speaker on my Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, and soon this one will be as well. Promote yourself everywhere. Walk through every door. You never know. You never know. Make the investment in you to channel your business onto as many platforms as you can. Because that way, you never know when someone is going to align with you. And then once they do, they're going to align because they're going to say to somebody else, boom, and it mushrooms. Love the word mushrooms. It buds, it blossoms. That's what good promotion and advertising is all about. And it takes time. It's easy to go in for the 1 month, 2 months, but go in for the 3, 6 months, a year, because that's when it begins to show for you. People need, Norman, hubby, absolutely. Every time the pillow guy comes on, I don't even know who the pillow guy is, but yeah, I think he's out in Minnesota. He was a great person who was an advocate for Donald Trump, not going into politics. But he says this guy can't be making money because he's spending much too much money doing these pillow advertisements on television. I don't know. But I'm just saying, obviously, if he's there that much, it's paying for him in some way. I want you to be thinking about what's best for you, your pursuits, and what you're looking for and what you're aiming for. I also want to share this with you. There is a lot of verbiage, jargon, and rhetoric going around about all kinds of different things. Tune in and listen. Somebody said it's the words are important. But the actions and the deeds and what you feel and what you sense, these are the things you seek and you look for. Now, I have started, and it's new. I began to premiere it the month of April, and now I'm really going to be gung-ho moving forward for the month of May, going in until the end of the year and see how this plays out for me. And it will be good, I can already tell. Facebook Lives, Joyful Monday, every Monday at 3 p.m. They'll all be at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where it's about current topics and any and everything talking with you. The intention is to get to know you as you get to know me and make it interactive. That's the whole bottom line aim. And then every third Wednesday of the month, it's going to be Communicate to Influence, because communications is crucial. There's a platform that we're on in the Clubhouse. And if you're not familiar with the Clubhouse, make yourself acquainted with it, because it's only audio, but it has lots of potential. And like anything else, it's a building platform. It takes time, but you can begin to secure and build an audience for yourself that will benefit you and make it a win-win for both over time. So communicate, because one of the things I find, I hope that Clubhouse is listening. I don't know how you, oh, I don't know. Well, how do you tune in and say, that's not a language that we're proud of. That's not the language that we want to hear. That's not what we're about here. They need to be more mindful of who they allow to be on the platform and the language that they're using. My friends, what I'm astounded with, and there really is no judgment. I'm just the discernment of knowing why. I wish somebody could intelligently explain to me why it's necessary. The foul language just blows me away. Why is that necessary? And these are spiritual people, many of them, religious people. Do we really think that they're walking around, sauntering around wherever they are, speaking like that? I don't think so. But I digress. But it's a great platform. And my partner and I, we love the platform, and we really are working to build it. So join us there every Thursday at 2 p.m. for Purposeful Podcasters. And then every Thursday, again, we do it twice a day at 6 p.m. for League of Leading Ladies. And this Thursday, you must come and join us, because it's going to be a mindful conversation, a powerful conversation, geared predominantly for women, but you gents come too, because you have a leading lady and you want to hear and be a part of this conversation. I digress to say that that's Facebook Live that I was talking about. And then I went to Clubhouse. Well, that's my DNA. But every third Wednesday of the month, it will be Communicate to Influence on my business page. And then Fridays, every fourth Friday of the month, will be Behind the Scenes. I love the name, Behind the Curtains, Q&A. And that's where in the Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies Facebook group, you will come with any questions, any concerns that you have, because that's the arena that I love to dance in. But I've seen so much that we as women need to be about correcting, because we have just been led astray. We've gone far too far over into the comfort mode, and it's time to change that. And in line with that, behind the scenes, even though it's far away, I'm going to be putting up my masterclass, which will be the next one, which will be July the 13th. And I received a lot of good tips from all of you. This is my Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies Facebook group. Go there and join if you're not a member. And then also you can go here and register now, even though, well, you say it's far away, but before you know it, it'll be Christmas again. That's just the way things go. So take a screenshot or a snapshot. It's on my Facebook business page. It's on my Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies page. I'm pretty sure it's on my LinkedIn page. If it's not, it will be after this. And go and register. Even though it's far away, we'll keep you in sync and send you little notes to let you know when it's going to be, because you don't want to miss it. It's going to be really, really epic. And I can't wait to see you there. And this is a link. The other one would take you there as well. A screenshot or a snapshot, and you can join us there. Can you believe that not this Sunday, but next Sunday is Mother's Day? And for all of the beautiful, striking, stunning, lovable mothers out there, it's your day. Enjoy it. I know for my mother, receiving that phone call was everything on Mother's Day. She received many more prior to that, but that was a special one, just a conversation. And I have a dear friend now who she calls her mother every Sunday, as I did before I lost my mom. So moms are important. Moms are crucial. Today, more than ever. Maybe every generation says this. I don't know, but I think more than ever they are. So make sure that you make note to do whatever you need to do to let your mom know, acknowledge her, how much you appreciate her, the impact that she's made on your life, good, bad, or so-so. Most of us deal with stuff. But you become an adult, and that's why I'm segueing this Biz to Biz, Leaders Leaving Legacies, to Cosmic Ambassadors, because we all need additional support. And as we become adults, it's time to know that your pursuits and how you channel your energies into that pursuit, it's all contingent upon you. You have to be able to, if you want to be successful and be in leadership, to be able to pivot, to shift, to transition from one something to another, because that's how you grow. And growth is about evolving to all that you're here to be. And you're not here to just vegetate. You're not here to just settle in. None of us are. So how do you go about being all that you're here to be? You tune in and listen, go underneath, go inside, and whatever works for you. Meditation doesn't work for everybody. And I use this analogy all the time. As working as a signature style specialist, not everybody wants to be classic. It's boring for people. They want more drama and this, that. Your assignment, if that's your work, is to make sure that they get that before they leave you, that they know how to assemble and put together that attire where they get that dramatic look or whatever, eclectic, whatever it might be. And your assignment is the same, to know what works for you, because you're beginning to get to know and understand the essence and the core of who you are. Leadership is something that a lot of people allude to and want to be involved with, but not showcasing it at its best. And I say that because back to one of my favorite platforms, when I pop in and out of these rooms, I'm saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Am I in a spiritual room? And am I in a room where they're talking about how you can get to your highest vibration and frequency? And they're using these 4-letter words like they're jewels, like they're all diamonds. Something is amiss. And if you're following that, I think it's time for all of us to step back and analyze our why. And that why entails really everything about us. It's just not your brilliance in your brain, your body, your beauty, your looks, your strength, intelligence, all of these things, your money. All of these things play into who we are. But if you're not using it, and nobody said that you have to be a saint or a Mormon. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying be more mindful about how you string your words together. Because if every word that you're using in the pursuit of your leadership and you're speaking to other people and you're hopefully uplifting and you're using four-letter words like they're candy, something's wrong. And then I often wonder, how do you follow people like that? You don't. Not if you're really about leadership and being your leader first. Because once you get that relentless pursuit of the better for you, you can't settle for that mediocrity. And that, I don't care if they have 5 PhDs hanging on their wall. If they're speaking and talking like that, then that's not the person for you. I don't care what type of work you're doing. So what I want you to be thinking about, what is your pursuit? What is your purpose here? How are you going about it? Are you relentless? Seeking the love, the passion, the beauty, and the freedom of what it's going to offer you. Once you decide upon that, you'll begin to know what you are all about. I leave you with this. Power is a word that so many people run from. I did. Oh, did I? And now I embrace it because I understand it. Understanding it, embracing it for what it is. And it was so profound when I heard this explanation of what real power is all about that I'm leaving you with. And I'll be doing it often because it's so potent. It's not that you want to become powerful, F-U-L. You want to become power-filled. And you do that because you allow your power to flow through you because you become the conduit and the catalyst that becomes the channel that will enable others to empower themselves. There's no better power than that. Because if your business allows you to shed some insight, love, and passion that will uplift a person, no matter what it is, then you are power-filled. And that's what you seek. That's what it's all about. So think about that. I'm going to write this out so that you can, it's not mine. I took that because it resonated so much with me, because I could feel and sense that so many people were afraid, because power is so misused. It's so misused today. And not only in the political arenas, business circles, everywhere. But once you get the gist, the profundity of what I just said to you, become power-filled, you'll be on your way to impacting whatever the pursuits are that you have in life. And my friends, as I say to you all the time, and I say it to you in love, be well, stay safe, because I send you all the time much, much, much love from my heart to your heart. Join me tomorrow night. You know, we're all about business here. And tomorrow night I have a business strategist who's coming again. I love business and I love women who are in business and are successful at it and doing what they need to do. And this lady's going to come and share with you some of her business strategies that will support you in whatever you're doing. You be and stay well. Sending you much, much love from my heart to your heart. All the best, always. Much love, my friends. Cheers.